And we are going to be discussing the Silent Hill 2 remake trailer once more, my hopes for the game, everything that I think is precisely wrong with it at the moment, if you can even go as far to say that. I would like to elaborate on a few things that I think some people haven't thought about, but primarily, we do know that the game is apparently finished. So with that being said, what we saw in the trailer looked like anything but a finished product. That was concerning to a lot of fans of the series, myself included. I agree, it looks clunky, it looks a little wooden, it looks like it needs to be polished up. And apparently this is the finished version of the game, which is drawing a lot of concern from people. Again, myself included. I would like to say, however, though, that despite people saying that this does not look like a current gen game, and it actually looks like a last gen game, I would not disagree with that statement, but given that this is Team Blooper, and given that this is a company that has never even attempted to make a game that has combat incorporated into it, I think it's fair to give them something of a break. But when it comes to the area of saying that this game is complete without having a release date on it, and then a full-on display of this combat system, which looks like it honestly needs a large overhaul, I can only say that there is a certain level of concern at the end of the day when it comes to this. That's because, for starters, we know that Konami at this point, Konami is a company that has in the past made high-risk decisions, and in the past has canceled games. So I think that is a possibility that we could very well see with Silent Hill 2. That it ends up being canceled. We saw that with Silent Hills, and there was a few other games by Konami that didn't make the roster, so to say. I have that tucked somewhere in the back of my mind, and I do think it is somewhat likely, being that the game seems so fundamentally at stage A still, when it should be, past stage B, past stage C, and on its way to stage Z, where, apparently this is where the game is at. It's evidently finished, according to the officials at Konami and Team Blooper. But regardless of that, some people are saying, and I can see this, they're saying that this is footage from all the way back in 2023, when they initially released the first viewing of Silent Hill, which was not exactly a gameplay trailer. It was more of a teaser than anything. That is also a high probability factor of things not working out with this game. If this is old footage that we are seeing right now, and it's not new, I do agree with people's statements on the game being, if this is old footage, then obviously they have time to fix it up and make it a better game. However, they should have a game on the way. They should have this already taken care of. It should not be nearly as clunky or unfinished looking. It should be ready to go, because that's what Team Blooper said, is that this game is finished. So there is also no release date on it. So this is taking in a lot for people to go off of, and it's giving people a lot of pessimism towards the game. It's giving people a crazy, cynical outlook on everything, which is, understandable, because they said that the game is finished, and it's clearly not. So I understand with a level of observation where people stand and where this game is going. But I would have to stop for a minute here, and I want to say, I don't want this game to fail, as well as many other people don't either. When I first heard about it, and when I first heard about Team Blooper taking on the project, I was very concerned. Very, very, very concerned. And I still am concerned. And for the most part, I didn't even care. I didn't even want to see this game. I merely wanted to watch it happen. And now we're at the point to where they released a few trailers, and I'm somewhat invested in the game. And the reason for that is, this is the last true fragrance of Silent Hill we are ever going to see, because Team Silent is no more. And the only way we can trace back to the original roots of Silent Hill is to do something with the originals, like this. Anything else that's going to come onto the market is not going to be Silent Hill. It is not going to be Team Silent. It is not going to be the game that everybody wants. It is not going to be a continuation of things. What it's turning into is things like Silent Hill Ascension, where it's now Silent Hill is like this viral outbreak that's spreading from town to town. Sounds awfully familiar to another video game franchise. Or it's this Silent Hill F, where there's something going on in Japan with plants. And it seems, again, like another franchise that sort of took its formula and mutated it into something else, like they did with Resident Evil 7. So, the company is trying to keep this game alive. First of all, by not having the original Team Silent, and second of all, by mutating it. This, could have worked for Capcom and Resident Evil, but I'm not sure about it working for Konami and Silent Hill. It doesn't seem really that Silent Hill has much of a future, and the only future that lies with this game is, well, the remake. I watched some gameplay from The Message, did not play it, and in my honest view, that was a walking sim. That wasn't Silent Hill, that was a walking sim. But I digress.
What's that noise?
There's not much I can say other than hoping the best for this game. The absolute best. I don't know if we'll get it, but we'll certainly see in the future. And I hope that we get another Silent Hill. We're not going to get a true Silent Hill, but I would like something that's at least true to it. At least trying to be true. But there's always that possibility that this game is going to fail. It could be a Cyberpunk where they are forced to release a game because of shareholders, and now you've got to wait a year or two for them to actually fix it up. But only time will tell, and I think that's a bit we can go off for now. Anyways, I'm Master Catical. Thank you for watching.